Liquid will attend EPL with an incomplete roster, a big CS2 update, Valve's war against Faceit, and how much Valve has earned from CSGO sales overall. Friends, how about a little giveaway? We'll share the details at the end of the video. For now, enjoy the show. Do you remember Neofrag? He was a promising Teleton OG, then he got kicked a month later from Into the Bridge for shouting inappropriate things. And it brought him to Czech team ECLOD, a top 50 HLTV squad. We can only wish him luck with the new team. Turns out Zypex has been preparing for a new stage of his career all along. Here's what he said in a recent interview. I've won many titles, including 4 majors. I'm only 28, still young. I'm mentally strong, highly experienced, and I know I can perform under pressure without any issues. I'm staying in shape, training a lot, trying to be ready mentally and physically for potential new challenges. I feel like I'm ready to play the highest level in CS2. Dupree said something similar recently. We're confident Gabe doesn't plan on retiring either. It's still unclear why no one wants to sign these guys. Pair them with a couple hungry young talents and they could tear up the pro scene right away. But for some reason, it's not happening yet. The unexpected shuffling awaits Liquid. It started with a rumor that Yikinder might miss EPL. This sparked immediate discussion about what's going on and why. Then came a rumor that Liquid is removing Yikinder altogether due to internal conflicts. Few believed it, but the speculation had begun anyway. Everyone was discussing it on social media, waiting for the official news. Instead, they got a bit more drama from Stu2K. He said there are indeed some changes happening in Liquid, and he was even asked to be their 5th player at ESL Pro League. He would have to bootcamp in Europe and play a couple of matches, but Stewie declined. Anyway, something is definitely going on in Liquid, but it's unclear what exactly. And Patsi volunteered to resolve all these mysteries. On social media, he explained all the rumors about Yikinder are fake. Liquid doesn't need a 5th player for ESL Pro League, but not because of any conflicts or roster moves. The issue is that Patsi didn't get his visa, as the site daps2 already reported. So there are no problems within the team, they just got the visa delayed a bit. Patsi will only miss part of the tournament, which coach daps filling in for him. That's why they asked Stu2K to fill Patsi's spot for a few matches, but the coach will have to step up instead. In any case, not the most pleasant news for the fans. Liquid is in the hottest group with only 4 playoff spots between Cloud9, G2, VP and 9. Due to the substitution, they have a good chance of bombing out of groups early. 3 CS2 updates of different size came out this week. Let's go over the most interesting details. A huge number of skins and their materials were fixed, plus Valve suddenly decided to update the position of the name label of all knives. It's not really surprising, since for CS2 the developers planned in advance to bring everything up to new standards. Yes, built on old bones of course, but as you can see, overhauls are in a full swing. They updated all maps available in the limited beta test. Molotovs were fixed again, including smokes as well. Notably, grenade fixes have been following developers for weeks now, so the game still has code to remove all smokes on the map. Beyond that, many sound issues were fixed in the game, including music stopping in the end of the deathmatch, footsteps, and player landing sounds. Sniper scope rendering was improved for better shot visualization, and of course optimization. They improved ward optimization so your FPS doesn't tank, and finally added the ability to disable animated avatars. The graphics settings also got a texture filtering option. Based on leaks, work is underway on elements for a future operation. Don't get too excited though, it involves preparing templates and porting some elements from CSGO for easier adaptation to the new standards, as mentioned earlier. But anything is possible. Long ago, there was a rumor that new players would get to try some iconic elements from certain operations, but that's not confirmed, just food for thought. The next interesting find concerns an in-game store for CS2. Again, don't get too excited. The work is underway to implement the coupon section where major items occasionally appear, and as you know, this is certainly absent from CS2. Additionally, Valve finally added embedding the item's game icon via config, indicating the ability to open cases and craft items may come soon. The update also hinted at a future competitive mode, where per the latest CS2 trailer, you'll have a separate rank on each map. Besides that, developers were messing with the control library, where they test elements for future updates. Fortunately, they cleaned it up this time, but they are cooking up something new we haven't seen yet. It will likely appear there first. The minor mention of a chicken system. We don't know what this could relate to, but speculated may involve the long-rumored addition of pets. There was also a very strange notification line saying players will never run out of ammo. Could be legacy code from CSGO, or they are preparing a new mode. On the map Anubis, they fixed various clipping bugs in places where objects and players could fall outside the map boundaries. They resolved bugs where thrown grenades would become invisible, and fixed the bug where dropped weapons and bombs would fall in the wrong places. Also, a very important part of the update, they changed the lag compensation balance in favor of players with lower ping. Specifically, they addressed complaints that balance is disrupted by ping advantages. This is what they tried to fix in the current update. Unfortunately, only time will tell how successful they were. Based on the code, the developers changed how player models get rendered on the server. Now the server will try to normalize everyone's frame rate to a common value. In the theory, this should make player rendering almost identical for everyone, helping issues like Picker's advantage. Additional changes were made to Ancient and Office. On Ancient, they fixed various bugs allowing players and objects to escape the map. But on Office, there was a small surprise. Along with minor map fixes, the developers finally decided to fix the weight of the water cooler. Now it won't shake like it's possessed when shot aggressively, and you can no longer use it as a barricade. If you followed CS updates long enough to witness the delight at discovering the cooler's use as a shield, sorry to disappoint, not a great idea for an esports. It always seemed like an oversight by developers, or maybe they were testing reactions to the idea. The reaction was negative. Moving down the list of changes, they turned vertical grenade sound suppression on Vertigo and Nuke, ambient sound fixes on Office, and fixed the drop-in silencer sound. Now for the most amusing part of the update. They fixed another urges CS2 bug, cases when AK-47 headshot would fail to deal damage. Let that sink in. AK headshot wouldn't connect. Thankfully, they resolved this, but CS2 has plenty of damage bugs left, and we really hope they fix those soon too. In closing, it very much seems the dev team is spending huge time addressing critical game bugs right now. The cumulative effect looks like they are rushing to release the game for everyone, fixing lag compensation, AK damage, even the Office water cooler. And it's great they polishing the game so good. Valve has declared war on Faceit. The issue is that until recently, Faceit was dominating Valve. Everyone loved their servers, no cheaters, 128 tick rate, just superb. But Uncle Gabe didn't like that apparently. And then came a fateful update, breaking Faceit's Source 2 servers. Many assumed temporary technical issues, but no, Valve deliberately disabled 128 tick servers by code. This is what they look like when launched now. Valve simply leaves players no choice. Either use their subbar tick system or get an unplayable server. As a result, Faceit had to urgently comply and switch all their CS2 servers to 64 tick. So now the gameplay feel will be identical whether you play matchmaking or Faceit. Data miners aren't thrilled about this, of course. They write that Valve should improve their own subbar tick system internally to make the players switch voluntarily, not just cripple competitors at the hardware level. Here's what G2 Opera Monesi thinks about the new tick rate. The CS2 tick rate is f***ing trash. I hope Valve does something about it because it's terrible. It's like 64 tick. But that's not all. Faceit's superior anti-cheat was another major advantage. Yes, there are talented coders who can bypass it, but on Faceit you are 1,000 times less likely to meet a cheater than in matchmaking. And it seems Valve is trying to catch up to their competitors here as well. The latest update also contained data-mined mentions of some new integrated anti-cheat still inactive but expected to launch alongside the official release. Hopefully it actually works well. And esports journalist Richard Lewis ties together all these rumors of a real battle between Valve and Faceit. We'll remind you, he was the first to claim CS2 was imminent, and it did come out a couple of weeks later. Well, Lewis asked his anonymous sources and they confirmed, Valve indeed wants to push Faceit out of market, steal their player base and make everyone just play matchmaking in premiere mode. We'll see where this leads. Personally, we support competition and an open market. More options mean more motivation for companies to attract customers. And as regular users, we only benefit. Without Faceit, Valve would never have made premiere mode. Without Valorant, maybe we'd still be waiting for CS 2 years from now. Anyway, we'll see what happens after the official release. Meanwhile, Group C matches have concluded at ESL Pro League Season 18. Navi took first place in the group and advanced to playoff quarterfinals. FaZe came second and will start their playoff run in the 1/8 finals. Fnatic and 9Z placed third and fourth, moving to the 1/16 finals. Apex, Imperial, Cyclone, and M80 have been eliminated from the tournament. We post ESL Pro League Season 18 recaps and other tournaments on our YouTube Shorts. Subscribe to stay updated on the latest results. And finally, some numbers. The CSGO era is ending, revealing interesting details along the way. Over the game's lifetime, Valve has earned around 6.7 billion from CSGO sales. Total downloads sit at 542 million. And now the promised giveaway details. Friends, comment whether you play Valve or Faceit servers and why. In a week, we'll randomly select few commenters to receive a case code, but don't forget to subscribe and like the video, otherwise you won't be eligible. So that concludes the most interesting news for today. See you next time, friends.